Yes.
Mr. Mattson, don't interrupt me, please.
Mr.
Mattson, do not interrupt me, please.
I think the court is making a big mistake here.
Mr. Mattson,
I've never signed anything
Mr. Mattson, if you don't stop talking, I'm going to your device.
Well, I didn't want
Mr. Mattson,
Daly
stop
as my
talking.
attorney. I'm a living flesh and blood man. They're trying to sentence an all caps name. It's not me. I'm a living flesh and blood man. You're after a fictional person.
This crackhead sovereign citizen just went against the most no-nonsense judge I have ever seen. This judge does not put up with this dude's BS at all, even though the sovereign citizen just won't shut up the entire time. This is pretty much the most annoying sovereign citizen versus one of the most savage, no-nonsense judges I've ever seen. Let me know in the comments what you guys think this dude's IQ is, because I've got to tell you this dude is probably room temperature. Anyways, let's dive in and watch this sovereign citizen get absolutely stunned by the judge's harsh sentencing here.
The only one I've ever taken an oath to is God Almighty himself. There's only one lawgiver, one creator, one judge. That's God Almighty. That's who I recognize.
And sir, you are Robert Joseph Mattson, correct?
So, I'm a living flesh and blood man, attorney for a public officer or statutory citizen judge. I'm a living flesh and blood man.
All right, you are the living flesh and blood man who's known as Robert Mattson, correct?
Attorney for Robert Joseph Mattson, which would be the all caps name. Judge, there was something that I was trying to talk to my attorney about. Before you let me out of the hospital, I was in the hospital or the jail. I was experiencing a lot of pain and trouble. The jail was not treating me properly. After I got out of the jail, I went to the hospital, and they hurried and rushed me to Toledo Hospital, where I almost died. Had I not been released from jail when I did, I would be dead in that county jail.
All right, Mr. Mattson, we're here for your sentencing hearing today. I'm not really able to address issues of medical treatment while at the jail.
Well, I was just saying that there was something I agreed to.
Mr. Mattson, don't interrupt me, please. The medical treatment that people receive at the jail is not within my purview, and I'm not going to address that today. So,
well, I was just saying I was going to address my.
Mr. Mattson, do not interrupt me, please. Have you had an opportunity to read and review your pre-sentence report?
I did with the secretary for Mr. Daly.
Have you had an opportunity to discuss your pre-sentence report with Mr. Daly?
I haven't had an opportunity to discuss it with him. I did with the secretary.
My secretary got a hold of him.
Mr. Daly, if you could just let me allow him to finish his answer. What were you saying, Mr. Mattson?
I did with the secretary. I talked to her over the phone and told her everything looked good. And I believe Mr. Daly was supposed to get back a hold of me. I don't know if he got too busy or something else happened.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Mattson. Mr. Daly, you wanted to say something on that issue.
Yes, sir. My secretary contacted him in regards to the PSI. He said everything was right. He had no complaints about anything. I still tried to contact him back, didn't get an answer.
All right. So what we'll do is have, if Mr. Daly, if you'd be willing to step out into the hallway, we have an iPad out there that we can log into the Zoom session.
But I don't think he needs that. He's ready to be sentenced, Your Honor. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Mattson?
Yeah, Judge, I think the court is making a big mistake here.
Yeah, the court is definitely the one making a huge mistake right now. Definitely not the other way around or anything like that. To me, at least, it just seems like this dude just needs to stay in his mental asylum and keep arguing with that wall, cuz that's clearly what he's best at. Like, how is threatening a judge right before sentencing supposed to help you? I mean, it was kind of a threat, he said, but I don't really know if I would consider it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But honestly, if he thought he was going to win the judge over, he might actually be more delusional than we thought at this point. I'm just waiting for him to pull out a tinfoil hat and start talking about government mind.
I've not.
I appreciate that, Mr. Mattson, and we've discussed it before.
Any of my rights or immunities. I'm not a statutory citizen. I am sovereign. I'm not somebody who's under the jurisdiction. I've never signed anything to.
Mr. Mattson, if you don't stop talking, I'm going to your device. Okay. I've discussed all of these issues with you before.
Okay.
And
Well, I object, but I mean, if
Mr.
you're going to
Mattson,
sentence me, that's what you're
all
doing.
right. I've muted Mr. Mattson's device because he won't stop interrupting me. Mr. Mattson, what I'm trying to tell you is that we had discussed these issues before. You've raised those issues. I've ruled against those issues. And ultimately, you pled guilty of your own choice to the controlled substance, possession of narcotic less than 25 grams. And so I'm going to sentence you on that charge today. If you'd like, I will have Mr. Daly step into the hall and you can have a breakout session with him so you can speak with him about your pre-sentence investigation report if you have questions or things that you want to talk with him about regarding that report. So I'm going to unmute your device now, and I want you to tell me whether you want a breakout session with Mr. Daly or not.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you now. You want a breakout session with Mr. Daly?
Well, I've tried to talk to Mr. Daly before, I mean,
Mr.
about
Mattson,
this. And,
answer my question. Do you
Yes,
want
sir.
a breakout session with Mr. Daly or not?
Your Honor, you're going to do what you're going to do. I mean, I've tried to talk to the courts and reason with the courts. I mean, if you're going to sentence me today, then I just file for an appeal. I'm an objection to anything that happens today. I was under duress when I took the plea due to my life was at stake.
Mr. Mattson, please answer my question. Do you want a breakout session with Mr. Daly or not?
Mr. Daly hasn't been much of help for me, Your Honor. So I mean,
that is not an answer to my question, Mr. Mattson. Please answer the question. Do you want a breakout session with him or not?
Sorry, Your Honor. It just ain't been doing me any help, no justice at all. I mean, I've already said what I had to say. If the courts is going to sentence me today, then that's what they're going to do. I don't agree with anything that's going on today. I'm sorry. My life was at stake when I had talked to the courts.
All right, Mr. Mattson, please stop talking. So you refuse to answer my question about whether you want a breakout session with Mr. Daly or not. The law.
Well, I didn't want
Mr.
Mr. Daly
stop
as my
talking.
attorney. Yes, sir.
Is anybody else getting Charles Manson vibes? Or is it just me? No, just kidding, kind of no. But seriously, I just can't stop looking at this dude's giant hat sitting on his head like he's about to go to a rodeo after court. I'm pretty sure you're not even allowed to wear hats in court. But of course, Mr. Sovereign Citizen here thinks he's above the rules. He's literally checking every box here, hat on, interrupting, nonstop, refusing to answer questions. Yep, he is definitely a sovereign citizen. I honestly can't wait to see what happens when the judge finally drops this huge sentence on him. The
record, I placed Mr. Mattson on mute again because he's continually interrupting me. Mr. Mattson, what I'm trying to explain to you is that you have the right to discuss your pre-sentence report with your attorney before the sentencing. I've asked you 4, 5, maybe 6 times now whether you want to have the opportunity for that breakout session, and you won't give me a simple yes or no answer. So what I'm going to do right now is ask Mr. Daly to step into the hallway. We'll set up that iPad. I'm going to put you in a breakout session with Mr. Daly in order to make sure that I comply with with your rights to have that breakout session. So at this point, I'm going to set that up, whether you want it or not, so that we have complied with that requirement.
A few minutes later.
Judge, I just had a repeat of a conversation you already had. I'm prepared for sentencing.
All right, Mr. Mattson, you've now had an opportunity to discuss the pre-sentence report with Mr. Daly. Is that correct?
No, he didn't want to hear me, Your Honor. He just told me that he was here to get me sentenced. I tried to talk to him about things. I tried to talk to him before we even went to court about things that was going on with my life and me about dying, and as far as being incarcerated in jail, which he didn't ever try to help me out, because if he would have did an investigation and known that I was in court and I was wrongfully put in jail. I told him I'm not a statutory citizen. I'm a constitutional citizen. I mean, he don't care to do anything to help me. All he cares about is just helping you guys out and get me sucked into the system. And it's wrong.
All right. For the record, I did provide Mr. Mattson with an opportunity with Mr. Daly in a breakout session. Mr. Mattson.
Yes, sir.
Satisfied with Mr. Daly and the advice that he's given you?
I'm not satisfied with the advice he's giving me. No, sir.
Do you wish to explain or challenge the accuracy or the relevancy of any of the information that's in your pre-sentence report?
The stuff that's in the pre-sentence report is directed to a statutory citizen. I'm not a statutory citizen. I'm a constitutional citizen. You cannot be a constitutional person and a statutory person at the same time, Your Honor. You have to be constitutional rights, which the court's designed to protect rights. So I was asking you, Judge, are you working as a banker or a judge today? I mean, there's nothing to show that there's even is there anything to show that there's even a contract between us? I mean, is there?
This isn't a contract issue, Mr. Matson. It's a criminal law issue.
In order for the crime to exist, Your Honor, there must be an injured party. Is there an injured party? I mean, in the constitutional rights, Share Vistas colon 481 F 945. In order for there to be a crime, there ought to be an injured party. If there's no injured party, there's no crime.